Good morning and welcome to Dobutsu Kyoji, the Animal Liberation Temple, where we are at the service of the spiritual and physical liberation of our dear animal friends. Good morning, Marielle. So good to see you live here. Good morning, Tracy. So good to see you. Good morning, Tani. So good to see you as well. Good morning, Neil. So good to see you. Thank you for joining live. Good morning, Yolanda. So good to see you. Thank you for joining live. Good morning, Pastor Rob. So good to see you. Good morning, Martin. So good to see you. And thank you, Neil, for sharing to the BAA. Good morning, Jackie. So good to see you. Good morning, Lester. So good to see you as well. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Dobutsu Kyoji, the Animal Liberation Temple. I wanted to say thank you to April for joining in live, and thank you everyone for the compliments on the intro video. I think videos and photos of animals in sanctuary always bring me to happy tears as well. So let's get right into the updates. It has been a super busy week. I was at the temple last week to do Sunday services, and shortly after I left. I haven't been back until late last night, probably like 1 a.m. I got home last night. Luckily, I've had Jess, who has been here taking care of all the animals, just real solid volunteer. The work that I'm doing is really important and is really helping out a lot of animals. And that wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for Jess being here, being able to take care of the animals while I'm away. So I'm, again, only here for a short time. I need to try to get water up the hill. And off again, I'm going to NARD ceremony today, the National Animal Rights Day ceremony in San Francisco. And then I'm off to another sanctuary to help with some emergency care, and I'll be busy doing that. Hopefully, only for another couple days, but I really don't know. It's just been tremendously busy. I didn't post last week to YouTube. I'm hoping to post last week's and this week's to YouTube, hopefully sometime this week, but because I just have not been around a computer or a phone, I have not been able to do that. Good morning, Boslopcott. As folks know, last week I showed an Instagram video of 2 chickens being rescued during the Animal Liberation Conference, and then at the end of the conference, 2 more goats were rescued by some phenomenal activists. So I just want to acknowledge those activists who rescued those 2 baby goats. They not only they went there with the intention of just documenting the cruelty that happened at one of California's largest largest goat dairy farms in all of California. Documented the horrific conditions there. They're a supplier to Whole Foods, so a lot of places us vegans go to for our vegan options. Also sells this goat milk that is just comes from a horrible place. They documented all of that while they were on site documenting. They saw 2 baby goats who needed life-threatening care, and so they took them to a veterinarian to get that care, and then they returned back to the farm and told the police what they found and showed them the evidence, showed them what they just documented, told the police they took 2 baby goats to a veterinarian to get immediate care, and they were arrested on site. So 5 activists were arrested that day because they rescued a goat, 2 goats, left and came back. So amazing activists, and just goes to show that what these activists did wasn't wrong. It was absolutely the right thing to do. And they knew it was the right thing to do, and that's why they reached out to law enforcement to tell them that what's going on here is criminal animal abuse, and you need to be arresting the animal abusers, but instead the police chose to arrest them. They're out of jail right now. They were released, so they're no longer arrested, and they'll go to court, and hopefully we'll be able to show the court, what is happening in these facilities. So thank you to those brave activists. So that's what's been going on. Busy week, and so I wanted to update on the animals here. I got here late last night, so I haven't been able to spend much time with our residents. But I did check on everybody, at 1 a.m. Everybody was sleeping and well cared for, and everything looked beautiful here. So I just wanted to update everybody. Everybody's eating breakfast now. Breve, Grave, Amanda, and Renee, our duck friends, are eating breakfast. And then we have Lucy, the dog. I think. Yeah, she's right here under my feet. Bernard's running around here, being crazy. Missy, the dog, is around here somewhere as well, doing well. But then I have my 3 goat friends down the hill: Rob, Matt, and Philip, also doing really well. Our tortoises are up and about, enjoying this warmer weather. Miyachi and Toshi wandering around, along with Miyachi, who was wandering around. I could see him going right back into his house. He really likes it in there. We have my turkey friends, Priya and Harriet, also doing really well. And then we have the 2 roosters from the Foster Farms rescue a few years ago. Jax and Jimmy, both of them doing really well. And then in our 3rd aviary, where we have Wendy the guinea fowl, Brad and Kuru the roosters, both doing really well. Then we have the roosters in the main aviary: Sabrina, May, Hardwin, Elton, Magnus, and Roger, also all doing really well. And then we have our hens over there: Glennis, Gwen, Alice, Melissa, Sunny, Dora, and Daniela, also all doing really well. My rat friends, Yababushi and Hasu, are doing well, and I can hear Sequoia in the background, also, giving her happy little coos. Then we have the Cornwall Corner with Poppy, Aster, Ivy, Azalea, Peony, Cynthia, Lotus, Edward, Magnolia, Hazel, Sage, Marigold, Camilla, Hydrangea, Holly, and Zinnia, also all doing phenomenal. And then we have our pigeon friends: FP, Champagne, Appletini, Tulin, Sasha, Yo-Yo, Petey, Ricky, Spencer, Shambles, Beluga, Beth, Pee-wee, Cascade, Augustus, Frankie, Rufus, Harper, Elliot, Snickers, Boba, Augustus, Frank, Kismet, Farah, Angus, Pandora, Johnson, Harriet, Lago, Fred, Tremonto, Halo, Vin, Capone, Thimble, Percy, Pacino, Lacey, and Sasha the second, also doing really well. And then, of course, we have our 4 foster ducks who are doing well. Mariel comments is the tortoises are eating so much salad, which is also, brings to the point, like, we do buy fresh greens for our tortoises. Sometimes it gets donated, but it has to be really fresh greens for them, and they don't always have that for donations. It's sometimes difficult to get, so folks who are able to donate, that really helps our tortoise friends out during the summer, as our food costs for tortoises go way up, as they need a lot more greens during the summer. In the winter, they hardly eat at all, but in the summer we need to make great big salads for them, and they love it. We also go through a lot more water, which means a lot more trips up and down the hill. So summers are going to be quite busy, and then we do have a major project coming up here. We're needing to build another large area, and so that project will be coming up in the next week or so, and we'll need to get done pretty quickly. So we're hoping for a lot of help with that. Not only financial support, but we really need some volunteers and physical support up here as well, to really push that project forward. So those are the updates here at the Animal Liberation Temple of some of the things going on here. Let us begin with our prayers. If you have a Animal Liberation Temple prayer book, it starts on page 4 with the recitation of the Great Heart of Wisdom Sutra. And as always, our prayers are dedicated to our dear animal friends all around the world, especially those suffering in factory farms and places that exploit animals. But also for our wild animal friends that might be nearby, all of your companion animals at home, as well as all the residents here at the Animal Liberation Temple. Maka hanya haramita shinyo kanji zai bosatsu gyojin hanya haramita jiso kengo onkai kudo iesai kuyaku shari shiki fuku fui shiki shiki zoku ze kuku zoku ze shiki ju so gyo shiki yaku bunyo ze shari shi ze sho kuso fusho fumetsu fuku fujo fuzo fugen ze kokuchu mushiki muju so gyo shiki mugen ni bizetsu ni mushiki shoko misoku ho mugen kai nai shi mui shiki kai mu mu myo yaku mu mu myo jin nai shi muro shi yaku muro shi jin muku shumetsu do mu chi yaku mu tokui mu sho tokko bodai satta e hanya haramita koshin mukege komuku funri yisai tendo muso kugyo nehan sanze shobutsu e hanya haramita kotoku wa nokutara sanmyaku sanbodai kochi hanya haramita zedai shinshu zedai myoshu ze mujo shu ze mutodo shu no jo isei kushinjitsu fukoko zetsu hanya haramita shuzoku zetsu shuwatsu gyate gyate hara so gyate bodhi sowaka hanya shingyo Neguwaku wa kono kudoko motte ama neku isai ni yoyoboshi warera toshija tomina tomono butsudo o animal liberation o jozen koto o jiho sanshi Foshi son bosa Foshi son bosa Mokosa Moko hoja horo mi We'll now recite the refuge prayer in Tibetan and English, found on page 8 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. Sangye jadan zagi janam la janje patuk tekni gyapsuchi daki jinzo gyepe sonam gye drola pender sangye juparsho. The Buddha, Dharma, and excellent assembly of the Sangha. Until I attain enlightenment, these I take refuge. By my practice of the 6 perfections, may all sentient beings attain a state of Buddhahood. And we now recite the 4 great Bodhisattva vows, Shigi Seigan, in Japanese and English, page 9 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. Shujo Muhen Segando Bono Mujin Segandan Homon Muryo Segangak Potada Mujo Seganjo. However numerous sentient beings, I vow to enlighten them all. However inexhaustible my delusions, I vow to extinguish them all. However immeasurable the dharmas, I vow to master them all. However endlessly enlightened way, I vow to follow it fully. And we now recite the 6 vows to our dear animal friends, page 10 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. However numerous my dear animal friends, I vow to liberate them all. However diverse the methods of animal liberation, I vow to support them all. However unheard their voices, I vow to speak out for them all. However painful and inexhaustible the methods of suffering, I vow to bear witness to them all. However infinite the cages and tanks, I vow to empty them all. However difficult animal liberation, I vow to achieve it completely. And I want to dedicate some prayers to our animals suffering in the wildfires in Canada, who are greatly affected by environmental change and having their homes destroyed by fires that I believe are definitely caused by what us humans do to our environment, causing unnatural wildfires to flourish, unfortunately, and destroy the homes of our dear animal friends. I also want to dedicate prayers to Neil's companion animal friends, Tinkerbell and Quinn, for their good health, as well as to watch over Neil's girlfriends who are, live nearby, who are brooding right now and taking care of a nest and ensuring that their families are able to grow up strong and healthy and enjoy a wild, free life, as gulls should. Our girlfriends Mani and Panze. So let us remember all of them, all the animals suffering in the wildfires, all our friends that need help, continuing their species, being able to be born free and in the wild, that they have good health, our girlfriends, and especially to Neil's companion animal friends, Tinkerbell and Quinn. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And we now recite the 100-syllable Vajrasattva purification mantra, page 11 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. Om Vajrasattva Maya Anupalaya Vajrasattva No Patishtha Dome Bhava Sitosho Me Bhava Suposho Me Bhava Anorato Me Bhava Sava Sito Me Prayacha Sava Karma Secha Me Chicham Shri Yam Guru Hom Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sava Tathagata Vajramame Mucha Vajri Bhava Mahasamamya Safaha. I mentioned before this morning I am preparing to speak at the National Animal Rights Day ceremony here in San Francisco. And I thought for my talk, what I would do, I wish I could make this brighter. We'll see. What I wanted to do was practice my speech with all of you folks. That's better. So you get to hear my speech and kind of hopefully work out the mistakes. And I just wrote this morning, and I've been on lack of sleep and super busy. I was unable to write this earlier. I wish I could have. However, this is what I have. I'm not a great public speaker, and that's why I'm hoping to practice with all you folks today. So I'm really, fortunate to be able to have this audience. Let me practice, and please bear with me. Hello, my name is Reverend Robert Ugen Doshin Yamada, an ordained Soto Zen Buddhist priest. At least that is the hat I wear today. It seems I might have forgotten my priest hat. I was asked to give a talk today because of my holy ordination as a Buddhist priest. So since many of you don't know me or even heard of me, let me tell you a bit about myself. I am, like I said, an ordained Buddhist priest in the Soto Zen lineage. I reside at Dobutsu Kyoji, the Animal Liberation Temple in Martinez, California. I am the caretaker there of over 92 non-human animal residents who were rescued directly from the pet trade industry, laboratories, factory farms, and slaughterhouses. At the Animal Liberation Temple, we are at the service of the spiritual and physical liberation of our dear animal friends. Many folks often ask me, how do I address you? Or what do I call you? Probably out of respect for my ordination as a Buddhist priest. I usually answer with whatever you like or whatever makes you comfortable. Many will address me as Father Robert, Reverend Robert, Brother Robert, hey monk guy. Hawanza, or my super official title, So Rugen Doshin no. Or just Robert is fine. But the title I have been called that I am the most proud of is, hey you, get out of my restaurant, you're trespassing. Or, Hey you, get off my farm. Where are you taking that chicken? I'm calling the police. So I'm also an activist, investigator, and animal rescuer. I'm so honored today to speak to all my friends and comrades at the National Animal Rights Day. So many of you deserve all the recognition and praise for your tireless work and service to our dear animal friends. It is with deep gratitude I bow to you all. I struggled with what to say today and thought, what might a simple ordained Buddhist priest from a position of perceived authority say to other Buddhist folks, or even just some of my fellow spiritual friends? Maybe something profound, or maybe something that hasn't been said before. Then I looked to my sweet friend Harriet, the turkey, and she spoke to me the way turkeys do, in chirps and coos, pats and clucks. I listened carefully and meditated on what she might want to say. And this is the insight she gave me. Often, Buddhist philosophy, deep transcendental wisdom, and the teachings are lost in hard to understand riddles and koans. Make it simple, my dear friend. So here it is, from Harriet and an ordained Buddhist priest, and any authority that might carry. If you consume, exploit, cause harm directly or indirectly to our dear animal friends, enlightenment or salvation will be out of your grasp. The path to enlightenment and salvation is not just sitting quietly in meditation, somewhere peaceful. The qualities and achievements you gain from meditation, such as compassion, kindness, gentleness, and love, must be taken to the streets. With signs held high and voices loud, it must be taken to the places of violence and suffering, where we bear witness and take action. We mourn our loss, celebrate our victories, continue to work together as a community. Remember the Bodhisattva's vow. No matter how numerous all sentient beings, I vow to liberate them all. And go rescue a chicken. Thank you. So that's my speech for the National Animal Rights Day. Thank you, April. I'm very happy you folks bear with me and let me practice that. I think it sounded okay. I noticed I changed one word, so I'm going to fix that. I hope my inflection was okay. I will hopefully be in the moment. Maybe enough adrenaline will be running where I'll do this correctly, or I'll completely fail. That happens all the time. And I'm okay with that. I'm not a great public speaker, and I know that, and so I should not treat myself too harshly. So, because I'm in a very big rush, I'm going to conclude with the Animal Liberation Prayer as well as the Dedication of Merit. We will do a quick sanctuary tour, and that will end our services. Thank you so much, Pauline and Susan, and Tani, and Neil, and Lester, and Irene. Thank you all for the encouragement and kind words. And thank you, Harriet, for the inspiration and for the talking to that I so desperately need sometimes. We'll now recite the Animal Liberation Prayer, page 12, 13, and 14 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. May all sentient beings, especially our dear animal friends who are subject to unbearable pain in labs throughout the world. Be free of all suffering. May alternatives to animal experimentation, vivisection, and dissection be implemented immediately. May bodhicitta, the quality of compassion that leads to enlightenment, fill the hearts of those who imprison them. May all sentient beings, especially our dear animal friends who suffer endless days, months, and years, locked in tiny cages unable to move, be filled with peace and calm. May all sentient beings, especially our dear animal friends who are forcibly taken from their families, be reunited, and may all families be able to stay together. May the hearts of those who work in slaughterhouses, factory farms, and all industries that exploit our dear animal friends be filled with bodhicitta, so the very thought of harm is purified. May they never kill again. May the slaughterhouse lines, factory farms, and all industries that exploit our dear animal friends become immediately empty. May no animal be afraid or depressed. May their bodies be free of injuries, disease, and illness. May the mutilation of their bodies be forever ceased. May those who need homes or have been driven from them find shelter, plentiful food, and water. May there be liberation for those tortured for fur, entertainment, or who are hunted. May those who believe that they are superior to our brother and sister animals develop perfect equanimity, and may they realize in their hearts that all sentient beings possess Buddha nature, the potential to be completely free of suffering, and that they are not ours to kill or exploit. May the billions of land and sea-dwelling sentient beings who are abused, exploited, and killed due to greed, hatred, and ignorance be free of suffering. May all the nets, hooks, blades, projectiles, traps, snares, cages, pens, tanks, lethal restraints, saddles, reins, prods, bait, poison, and all instruments used to harm and dominate, exploit, and dominate our dear animal friends be forever abolished. May all human and non-human sentient beings live together in harmony, peace, equanimity, and achieve perfect enlightenment quickly. May we all experience happiness, safety, freedom, and animal liberation in this very lifetime. We now recite the Dedication of Merit, page 16 and 17 of the Animal Liberation Temple Prayer Book. Throughout our many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue we have accomplished, including this aspiration for peace, and all that we will ever attain, this we offer for the benefit of all sentient beings, especially our dear animal friends. May suffering, exploitation, and unnecessary death decrease for every being, while wisdom, bliss, and compassion increase in this and every future life. May we clearly and instantly perceive the plight of our dear animal friends with the urgency and seriousness they deserve, and our every action leads us to complete liberation. May we quickly attain enlightenment and work ceaselessly for liberation of all sentient beings. Alright, looks like we're on. Hopefully we have sound. I really do think we do. As you can see, here's the tortoises running around. Tushy and Tommy here. Let me get close here and say hi. Want to say hi? Say hi to everybody. We sure are curious, aren't we? And there's Miyachi over here, a little bit more shy. During the services, I saw a coyote run by. Probably just wanted to say hi for the services. Ooh, beautiful horses. And I still haven't figured out how to make this phone go further. But we'll maybe say hi to Sabrina and Glennis and Alice, and our two foster duck friends. And there's Melissa over there and Sunny. There might be a Dora in there, but not right now. Oh, there's Dora over there. I don't want to go too far because the phone cuts out every time I go too far. Hopefully you can see Dora. No chickens in here. No chickens in the coop. Here comes Dora running. Hi, Dora. Sabrina, checking me out, making sure I'm being good. And there's Elton in the background. I really love my chickens. There is Priya, and here's Harriet. They're finishing their breakfast, so they're in their little breakfast eating areas. They'll come out here soon as the chickens are finished with their food. Horses again, drinking some water. Make sure there's Bernard and Missy. Make sure everybody stays for the credits. I want to thank all of our Venmo donors, Tani Salazar, Remy and Maureen X, and Vanessa Ka. Thank you so much. Also like to thank this week's PayPal donors, Paula Partenheimer, Lama Tashi, Pedro Piquera, Father Robert Monroe, and Amanda Jane Wheatland. Also our Patreon supporters, Tier 1 Susan Fryman, Tier 2 Pauline Bradford, and a songha to our dear animal friends, Paula Partenheimer. I also told there's one more Patreon supporter that signed up this morning, so I'll add them for next week. So thank you all who are joined our Patreon. And if you want to donate, you can also help at our Linktree account that is there on our in the comments and on our page. Everything you can find our website, our YouTube channel, all the different ways to donate, including our Amazon wish list. Everything's there. So thank you all so much for tuning in this week. I hope everybody has a wonderful week. I am off to get water, off to Nard, and then back to another sanctuary. So very busy week. I hope to hear from folks. If I don't get back to you right away, it's because I'm at another sanctuary and there's like poor phone service and all sorts of things. Thank you everyone and have a wonderful week. Thank you so much. Oh, どういたしまして、Lester.